For a little more than a year, I had recently joined a new gym, and I was excited about getting back into a healthy routine as for a few years I had to help take care of families, so I couldn't exactly take care of myself. However, the best time for me to go to the gym at that particular moment in my life was in the early morning. Very early, as the gym opened during the week at 5 o'clock in the morning, and from where I lived at the time, in order for me to get there roughly at the time of opening, I needed to be awake at 3:45 to head out with enough time to get there at or soon after opening. It wasn't as bad as you might assume it to be. Most of the week I was relatively well rested, and when the time came for me to awaken early, there were no real problems with it. But the area I lived in with my family was, at the time, very quiet. Normally, well before midnight, the entire neighborhood had its people within their homes. Usually the day of, I'd wake up and take a quick look out of one of the windows in my home to see the surroundings. All the surrounding homes had their lights out, and the only lights seen were from either the moon overhead on certain nights or the lamps that illuminated various walkways. After a bit of getting ready and heading out to the gym, I got there relatively early and got some training done, as I would then leave early and get back to my home early. It turned out to be better than I thought, as during the spring and summer months came, which meant that the weather was very good, even great for the early morning hours. But my family was worried about me. They were worried that even though we lived in a good residential area, things could still happen. I knew how to take care of myself as I shrugged off their concerns, as I continued my early morning gym sessions. One particular day, it was a misty early morning, as it had rained heavily the day before. As I woke as usual to get ready, and I looked outside one of the windows. There was a mist, and it was everywhere, as I hadn't walked through such weather in the circumstances for my early gym sessions. Getting everything I needed together, I soon left my home. It was a humid, misty morning, as I immediately felt something was different. Something wasn't too right, even wrong. I felt a sort of static around me. I thought that these thoughts were odd, but not too much that I should stop what I was doing. Even though I had my doubts, and something in my mind suggested I even head back to my home, even though at that time, by my walking, I was more than halfway to the gym. Then I suddenly felt a massive surge of energy from behind me, as I immediately turned with a full alert, and I saw some sort of shadowy specter right behind me, just a few paces for just a mere moment, and then nothing was there. I didn't know what to think, as I decided to turn and continue to head towards the gym. Once I got to the gym, the entire experience was in my thoughts as I exercised, and even when I left the gym, returning to my home and spending the day with my family. Later that day, before I slept for the night, I couldn't help but feel that it was some sort of warning, or was it just me thinking too much about nothing, and I just hallucinated or imagined something. I then decided that I was going to be more careful when I went to the gym in those early morning hours, as it's always good to be careful, no matter where you are or what you're doing. You never know what might be out there waiting to strike when you're not focused about what's around you.